Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time, we made our way into the deep sea metro here and we got ourselves a CQ device to go ahead and explore the land around us. And by doing so, we are going to be finding ourselves the 4 things. This will get us out of here to the said promised land. Another thing we can get is these things called mem cakes, and we got ourselves one mem cake here. So we can go ahead and examine it. And we can see this is an Inkling Girl, the orange variety. You paint the turf with graceful strokes. With watchful eye, I breathe a sigh. From sniper's perch, I go for broke. Man, that's some deep, deep poetry right there. We can go ahead and press the ZR button to go ahead and zoom in on the thing, or zoom back out. And we can use the right stick here to look around, so we can see every nook and cranny of this little mem cake. It's a nice little design. It reminds me more of like a little gummy that you can get in like a gummy pack. Wonder how this thing would taste. Maybe it would taste orange, as it is an orange variety. But let's go ahead now and make our way into another one of our locations here on the map. So let's head over here to our left to make our way to Baller Status Rollout Station. So here we have only one choice of weapons. We got ourselves the Baller. The reward for completing this is 600 CQ points. So go ahead and accept. Use the Baller to get to the goal before time runs out. The clock will start once you've passed through the turnstile. Each time you reach a checkpoint, more time will be added to the clock. Keep in mind that the Baller can only climb up walls in straight lines. Take care out there. And with that, let's go ahead and pay our 100 points to start the test. So the Baller here is one of the specials from the multiplayer mode here in Splatoon 2. So, want to go ahead and use the B button to jump, even when you're using the Baller though. Thank you, Pearl. Appreciate that little hint, because here, you can go ahead and jump around. You can use this dash panel to go ahead and make your way over to the next side. Press the ZR button to explode, which is our way of attacking things in this form. Now let's go ahead and just ride down this wall a little bit so we can get ourselves some more points, as every little orb that we collect here adds to our CQ point total. So we want to go ahead and collect as many of these points as we can while we're playing these levels. The Baller should be able to jump on top of these ink sticks, but if you're not confident with that, just wait on the edges here and just wait for these sticks to just move around so you can go ahead and continue on yourself. Go ahead and use these dash paths to ride our way up the wall here and continue climbing up. Ink sticks again, don't hold back now. Charge! That actually worked. I was kind of afraid I was going to bounce off into the abyss, but no, just like Cuttlefish said, we charged up ahead and we succeeded. Missed all the onion rings on the way down, unfortunately, though, so I didn't get me extra points. That's all right. Got some points here we can go ahead and grab, so let's go ahead and just be very careful for platforming here. Gotta wait a little bit more here, as these cycles for platforms really are not that generous right now, so just wait things out a little bit. Grab ourselves some more points. Go back over here to the left, and I get pushed right into the abyss. Man, that was some perfect timing for that pole to come back around. So, anytime you do die here, you go back to a checkpoint, and you do have to redo everything again. But, luckily, we have ourselves 3 lives here. At this rate, we may be using all 3. So, you want to be careful in these levels, but it is a thing where you can make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect while playing these kind of levels. And in some cases, it may actually be beneficial for you to die in areas multiple times, so you can go ahead and farm more points. Whenever you die in the Octo expansion, you get sent back to your last checkpoint, but you do keep all of the points you gathered, even past that said checkpoint location. So you can use this to your advantage to grind out some points in certain levels and make things a little bit easier on yourself. But now with that, we made it to the end of this Baller test, so we're done here. Let's head back to the train. Looks like we got another level opened up here on our left, but this one looks a little bit different. It's a square instead of a circle, so I wonder what that means. But let's go ahead and jump in. The signs point to yes. What's up, 8-Ball Station? So here we got a choice of one weapon here, once again, the Splash-O-Matic. Reward is 800, but this time the test fee is 200 points, so it's getting a little more expensive. please lead the 8-ball to the goal. Keep in mind that the 8-ball will damage any enemies it touches. Shoot it carefully, but powerfully. Take care out there. Alright, let's go ahead and start our test. So our main objective here is to get this 8-ball to the end of this level, which can be pretty difficult, as essentially this ball is an extension of our own self. So if this ball falls into a bottomless pit, it's essentially like we fall in a bottomless pit and die. To activate a checkpoint, you need to pass the ball through the checkpoint as well. So we let an 8-ball fall, unfortunately. Test has now failed, and we respawn back at the checkpoint. So as I said before, this thing is an extension of your own life. When the 8-ball falls, you die. So you gotta be very careful as to where this 8-ball is going to be going here in the level. Let's go ahead and shoot this fan, so we go ahead and make our way up to the top here. I'm gonna grab me some points, and I'm immediately gonna jump back down, just wait for this platform to be lined up, and shoot our 8-ball here towards the checkpoint. Talk about an uphill battle. Yeah, no kidding, Pearl. Very uphill. Gotta be very careful where this ball goes, but I do need to give it a lot of momentum, and it just barely made it over that ledge, so that worked out. As you can see here, for the ball to actually activate a checkpoint, it doesn't need to be right on top of it. It just needs to be close to where the checkpoint is, and then the checkpoint will be activated. So you don't need to be perfect with lining up this 8-ball when it comes to just trying to get a checkpoint at least. Other things, like that switch there, for example, to activate this elevator, it needs to be right in the middle of it in order for the elevator to activate. Well, we found ourselves a key, which is what we need to continue forward here. So, be very careful, destroy these little Octarians on the little perches. Gonna take my time here, and now get ourselves a key. With that, we activate our final checkpoint here, and now we can open up this area to reveal a balloon of some kind here. We need to use this balloon to fling the 8-ball all the way over to where the goal is located. I gotta wait for this platform to be down, as we want the 8-ball to roll on this platform, and then when it seesaws around, let it ride with the platform to the said goal. So, now the ball is over, let's go ahead and join it. And with that, we're done. Now all we need to do is just shoot the ball into this little contraption of some kind, which lets us pass the test. So there you go. The 8-ball station has been completed. You have now unlocked 2 lines. You can view them on the Deep Sea Metro map. Stations marked with a glowing circle contain one of the 4 things. Seek them out. I'd like to offer you a reward for finding this new line. Please pay me a visit. Oh, by the way, while you've been out there passing tests, Captain Cuttlefish had some time on his hands, so we've been chatting with him. We thought you might be interested, so we made the chat log viewable to you. Use L and R to select the chat logs on your CQ80. Take a look sometime. That sounds inviting. We'll definitely want to go ahead and do so. Let's go ahead and see what Sea Cucumber has to give us. As a reward for arriving on a new line, allow me to grant you some CQ points. Please accept these 500 points. So every time we find a new line, we'll be awarded some points. Points are going to vary depending on the lines we find, but right now, 500 is a nice chunk of change. So let's go ahead and actually check out those chat logs that Marina was talking about. So if we go over here to our right, we can see the Marina's chat room. And right now, we only have 1 chat log to look at, session 1 here. So as we can see, each person's going to have a designated name. So MC Princess and DJ Hyperfish, we know as Pearl and Marina. Hey, anyone in here yet? Hello? And then with that, Pearl joins the room. Ayo, it's Pearl! AKA MC Princess, AKA the Baroness of Bars, AKA MC Foreign Policy. Oh snap, it's Marina! Hey, Pearl, AKA DJ Hyperfresh, AKA DJ Cold Breakfast, AKA the Fuzzy Dazzler, AKA DJ Catch and Release. And then with that, Craig Cuttlefish has joined the chat room. Dude's screen name is just his first and last name. Gotta love old people, lol. Hi, Cat and Cuttlefish. Can you see the chat room okay on your cell phone? I can see it just fine. Thanks for asking, but all my letters are big for some reason. Hit the caps lock key, Cap. It should be the button on the lower left depending on your phone. By the way, I was able to hack into CQ80, so Agent 8 should be able to see our chat logs. Test 1, cutting fish. Agent 8 will send you a dump of our latest chat log every few stages. Keep an eye out. Yo, Cap, how do you even type like that? You gotta show me. I'm very confused of how Cuttlefish is even typing like that. It sounds like he already dropped his phone and is just putting in whatever input it wants now. As he's trying to figure that mess out, for now, that's all we got on our first chat log. So, I guess we can go ahead and continue on, but we got some mem cakes we can look at first. Let's go ahead and look at the Inkling girl here, the pink design this time around. With tresses pink and eyes of blank, a smile so faint, it hides your faint. You slip on past, outfoxed, outflanked. Man, that's so deep. Nice little design of the Inkling girl on this one. The face is the same kind of like expressive, surprised look as the orange design, but I do like the shirt. It's a nice striped shirt. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other mem cake we got here, which is on line B. This is an Octarian. The world I knew seems like a trap. I'm drawn now to the strange and new. Would my old friends think me a sap? Maybe. That's some deep thoughts. Who knows what they really think. But this is a little Octarian creature. This could be one of the enemies we can see in the stages. And it's a nice little cute design. He looks very happy. Good on him. Gotta stay happy, even when you are a mem cake. So now we can go ahead and continue on to a new line here. We can go to the B line, but I'm not ready to go to B just yet. Even though we need to go this way to get to one of our 4 things, I want to go ahead and finish up the A line first. So let's go ahead and move on to our next stage here. AO2, Blast from the Past, Far Out Station. Use A to choose a weapon to use. Recommended weapons have been given the Catabo Coast seal of approval. The reward for passing each test differs based on which weapon is used. Good luck. So this mission is going to introduce the idea of multiple weapons being allowed in the missions here. So we have a choice of either the Splatter Shot with Splat Bomb, Splat Roller and Curling Bomb, and Spratbrella with Auto Bomb. Now, it doesn't matter which weapon you use, but as Sea Cucumber said, there is a recommended stamp on the weapon that has been tested for the said test and what would work best. So let's go ahead and start off with the recommended Splatter Shot. You can switch out the weapons you're using by activating the equipper with A. So if we did change our minds before we start the mission, we can choose a different weapon, but we're going to stick with the Splatter Shot here. Your mission here is simple. Carry the Rainmaker into the enemy goal. Keep in mind that you can charge up the Rainmaker to fire off a powerful shot. You won't be able to use bombs while holding it though, so take care. Take care out there. Well, now with that encouraging words, let's go ahead and jump into the test. We got 5 minutes to get the Rainmaker to the other side. Looks like they're waiting for you. Time to make it rain! So now we need to carry the Rainmaker over to the other side. First things first, we need to grab the Rainmaker. Now we can take it to the enemy goal. So, if you played Rainmaker mode in Ranked for Splatoon 2's multiplayer, you'll know how this works. But if you have not, what you need to do is hold down the ZR button to charge up a shot. When it's fully charged, let go, and the Rainmaker will shoot off. You move slower with the Rainmaker, and you also are a big target, as when you're in the ink, you glow with this gold outline effect, so enemies will be able to see where you're located. If you just want to shoot off a small shot, just go ahead and press the ZR button. You do not need to have it charged to shoot it at all, but you want to charge it up for a bigger impact, as the less time you charge it, the less damage that the Rainmaker will be doing. And that's pretty much the essentials here. The problem with the Rainmaker, though, is that we cannot use anything else. We can only use the Rainmaker here to attack, so we don't have access to any of our bombs. We don't have access to a special if we had one, so we're just using this one weapon. So get good with the Rainmaker, as that's your way of surviving this mission. We're gonna go ahead and attack ourselves some of the stuff around us, clear our way, just so we can get ourselves to the goal. And we're gonna be very careful, because now, since we're near the enemy base, all the Octarians are gonna come out to play, so we gotta move. At this point, we cleared enough of a path that if we could just bum rush it, we can go, just like Pearl says. Let's go ahead and dunk the Rainmaker, and with that, we have passed the test. There are new entries in the chat log, so I sent them along. Check them out sometime. Beg your pardon, young squire. Might I have a look at those trinkets you got there? Forgive me, I caught you off guard. Hope I'm not too off-putting for the child. They call me Iso Padre. That's not my name, mind you, but it's the only one I recall now. Down here, we call those thin slices of memory memcakes. I spent an age or two here in the depths, hungry for them. They're my only link left. At least I still remember my own days as a test subject, though I washed out early. I pray that you'll be the one to cut through the gloom and light the way to my dreams. Share your memcakes with me, and I'll repay the favor. Safe travels, young squire. Not sure this Iso Padre is playing with a full deck. Doesn't seem like a bad chap, though. Yeah, he seems very interesting. It sounds like he has a little bit of a case of amnesia as well. He remembers enough, but not as much as he would like. Just an old dreaming soul. That's me. Sea Cucumber and I go way back. I can't remember a time when we weren't friends. What's in my Trace case? Why, dreams make manifest, young squire. You let me take a gander at any full sets of memcakes you collect, I hope. I ride a subway called Desire on a long and winding path to Inkopolis Station. No matter how far out you go, home is the place you can always come back to. Ride the deep sea line long enough and you'll either find or lose all your memories. You wish you had a confidant closer to your own age? I can sympathize. I've been riding this train a long time, but a thing I never left behind is myself. Nothing emptier than mocking someone's dreams if you've got none of your own. Different passengers ride different lines. I suppose everyone has somewhere to be. They have no name. Is a codename a substitute for an identity? You tell me. I'm a humble custodian of the sea floor. I aspire to be nothing more than what I am. Stay somewhere long enough and forget what it's like to be anywhere else. The funny thing about Deep Sea Metro, you board for free and pay to get off. And with that, he's pretty much now going to just repeat pretty much everything else he said, so I guess now we can go ahead and check out the other session here in our chat room. Yo, I gotta cop some snacks. Peace. Okay, gotcha. With that, Pearl leaves the chat. Oh, sorry, MC Princess leaves the chat. Roger Dodger. FYI, I've been using the CQ80's coordinates to gather location data as Agent 8 passes each test. This place must be deep beneath the surface. It seems to be under the influence of a powerful magnetic force. Too powerful for conventional models to simulate, actually. Based on the numbers I'm seeing, powerful enough to distort space-time itself. Captain, have you observed any anomalies in your surroundings there? I'm a is that supposed to be some kind of secret code? Or did you just butt text me? Brit and bad. Okay, definitely butt texting. Right. Anyway, it's almost like your location is different dimension than Inkopolis. As long as Agent 8 keeps passing tests, we should be able to figure out what's going on. We'll support you as much as we can, Agent 8. Keep it up. Well, now with that chat log, I guess we take a look at another mem cake we got here, the Inkling Squid. At last we meet my so-called foe. What is our fate? To spray this hate? Perhaps we'll learn in the depths below. Perhaps we will. Nice little squid design here. I do like the eyes on it. It just looks very expressive. That's pretty much it. So, at this point, we can continue forward here in the Deep Sea Metro, but we get 2 other weapons that we can go ahead and use in the Far Out Station. So, let's head back to the said station, as this is where a question comes in your travels. What weapon should you use per tests? Which one's better, the recommended or the other weapon types that are available? Well, we can find out by using the other weapons. I'm going to go ahead and just jump ahead right now and say there is no point in doing every single test with every single weapon type in the game, as you do not get anything at all for using every single weapon in every single test. You're really just going to be doing this for bragging rights and to earn the extra CQ points. So we're just going to go ahead and redo these tests with all the weapons just to prove our skills. So let's go ahead and use the splat roll this time around. And for a mission like this, it really doesn't matter that we're using a different weapon, because we use it for 5 seconds and then that's it. So it really doesn't matter for this one to even use the other weapon types, because we're going to be using the Rainmaker for a majority of this. So let's just go ahead and get this Rainmaker back over to the enemy side once again and dunk it down into their own goal. Let's go. Finish the mission with the splat roller. You really couldn't tell because I never really used it outside of the first 5 seconds, but we did it. Now to do this again with the splatbrella. So let's go ahead and redo this mission for a 3rd time, now with the Brella weapon. Again, really doesn't matter after the first 5 seconds, but hey, I mean, if you were going to play this a little more defensively, having a shield this time around can help. Too bad I'm going to put it away for the rest of this, so let's go ahead and finish this mission for a 3rd time. Well, unfortunately now the enemy took the Rainmaker, so I guess we can actually use one of our other weapons. I mean, I'm fine with this, because now we can actually use the thing we signed up for. So, a mission like this, we don't have any lives. We actually have an infinite number of lives, but if the timer hits 0, that's when we fail our test. So now we can use our remote bomb and also our splatbrella to go ahead and get ourselves the Rainmaker back. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and just put up a shield. Barrier's down, but they took it, which is fine for me, because now I can just use this to get me this thing. But I'm going to be very careful as I'm about to die here, and I got to play things a little defensively. When you take too much damage, you revert it down to a pinch state. And also, as you can see, if the Rainmaker's on field for too long, it does reset and go back to its spawn point. So at this point, it's all the way back at the very beginning, which is unfortunate for me, because that means I got to go all the way back to the very beginning of this mission, which is kind of a trek. At least I can go ahead and kill the enemy very fast. Unfortunately, unlike multiplayer mode, there is no way of quick jumping back to base or to any other teammates here, so I have to make the long trek back to the base on my own, which is a little annoying, and I do kind of wish there was a fast travel back to the spawn point in case this does happen to you, but I mean, at least this is one of the smaller maps for something like Rainmaker, so I can at least make do for now. Let's go ahead and grab this thing and actually make it to the goal this time. There we go. Not as clean as the roller attempt, but hey, we did it. We did it under the time limit even, and we even got to show off how the Spratbrella works. So with that, we're all done. So now we can go ahead and continue onwards. If we can go ahead and check back out the Far Out Station, we can see a check mark next to all the weapons. So now you can tell which weapons you've completed a mission with by just looking for those said check marks. If you don't see a check mark, that means that weapon has not been used in the said test. Again, there's no real purpose in doing this, but for the sake of this playthrough, we will be using every single weapon in all the tests in case you do have a different playstyle and want to use a different weapon for a test compared to the recommended one. But now with that, we're going to go ahead and end things here. So, with that said, next time Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, we'll go ahead and continue deeper here in the Deep Sea Metro and maybe finish up the A line. I'll see you guys next time.